Our protagonist was suddenly transmigrated into another world where he woke up in someone named Klein's body. A man who had apparently tried to commit suicide for unknown reasons, and now our protagonist was trapped in this strange reality. It's a world where beings called Beyonders walks among men who has godlike powers by drinking mysterious potions. The lower the sequence number, the higher the power they received from potion. And now Klein stood in the middle of several unsolved mysteries. First, reason behind the suicide attempt, and the second, mysterious death of two of Klein's friends. A book that could unravel all the truth behind their deaths had vanished, and this made Klein a prime target of someone. So Beyonder named Dunn Smith approached him with an invitation to join their ranks. After much thought, Klein accepted the offer and chose the level 9 seer potion as his path. Seers wielded mystic knowledge and insight, and with it Klein solved his first case of a kidnapped child. Now, Smith discovered a lead on the notebook and used his mind-invading ability to find out that this person had given the Antigonus family's notebook away. It's the same man who had been secretly following Klein, and Leo confirmed he bore the mark of the secret order. Their news came that Klein tracked down the location of that notebook, only to find a rotting corpse in that place. There they learned Ray Bieber, son of the deceased, had gone missing, so he's their next target. So when Klein tried to use divination to track his location, something lashed back violently and tried to harm him. Which is why Smith chose to stop right here and report the case to the Holy Cathedral first. Sometime after that, seeing Klein still shaken, Smith gifted him a topaz pendulum to aid his divinations. And today the cathedral dispatched a grade 2 artifact to find Ray Bieber. Just like Beyonders, some items holds terrifying powers too, and one such relic has entered Intingen City. It required the effort of 3 powerful Beyonders to escort it here: Arrow Harson, Sequence 7, Borja, Sequence 8, and Daly, a Sequence 7. Smith however noticed the artifacts and was labeled 2049. A pinnacle of dangers, so Arrow said only this artifact is capable of locating their target, Ray Bieber. After that, Arrow warned them to follow his lead or risk death. But Klein thought, why use such a funny way for an artifact? When the suitcase opened, a tiny clown puppet came out. Unimpressive at first glance, even Klein doubted if it deserved to be ranked as dangerously as they were discussing it to be, until it suddenly paralyzed Klein with its strings. But a minor shake can break its hold, and Leo freed Klein. But now the puppet trailed him relentlessly. It's likely drawn to the notebook's presence since Klein was connected to it. And soon even Smith succumbed to its influence. Arrow explained that the puppet can paralyze at least 2 targets within 5 meters and turn them into lifeless dolls. But a little shake restores them. Then the puppet reacted violently upon seeing Ray Bieber's coat. Though the very idea of doing that on streets non-stop was painfully embarrassing. But just like that, they sets off in their pursuit. Then the scene came down to Pier Warehouse. There Ray was found performing an unholy ritual which turns him into a monstrous being in order to consume the notebook. A clown watched it all in silence until Smith and the others arrived. Klein used his powers of divination first to know what lay ahead, and he sensed sheer madness. Then a swirling mist of crimson and black engulfed the area. From it the abomination emerged. The group raced for battle as the creature lunged for the puppet. A fierce clash broke out in a sea of blood and chaos. They all combined their might, yet the monster was barely phased, which sent tremors through the air and crippled their abilities. Smith realized it as a dead soul and ordered Daly to locate its weakness. She said she needed 3 uninterrupted minutes, so the others kept it restrained while she prepared herself. Klein saw the notebook as raging within the monster, and due to that, monster stabbed Smith with its tentacles. The seal on the puppet was moved and Arrow leapt in to help, but he too suffered a brutal wound. Smith was pierced, yet he kept chanting his spell. So Klein puts out a silver plate to force the creature into deep sleep. It gives Daly a good chance to unleash her skill, Dead Hand, and it obliterated the abomination completely. But it resulted in explosion and Daly barely survived. Then afterward, Klein heard voices emanating from the notebook and picked it up, and in that moment, the clown made its move and attacks them while they are weak from the recent fight. His skills to evade and retaliate was beyond anything they'd seen. He alone overwhelmed them while every move our group made against him failed. Klein suspected that clown must be reading their movements in advance, so he used his gamer instincts and shot the clown in the stomach. But the enemy simply relocated the injury across his body to continue fighting. He charged at Klein, but it was all a show. What he wanted was the puppet, not Klein. Now with the seal broken, he opened the suitcase again, and that paralyzed everyone within 5 meters range. Klein fought the puppet's control and activated his spell under immense pressure. And suddenly he went into that mystical realm where he could move freely. There he realized that the puppet must have been influenced by the notebook. Which is why its range and power of controlling just two-person had extended, so Klein used divination in that world and then returned back. Thanks to that he could move now, but the clown came to talk to him. He proposed a deal that he will spare everyone if Klein hands him over the notebook, and to make the deal more sweeter, he offered the secret of advancement to Sequence 8, as he himself was a former seer. Klein remained wary, so Clown gave the secret of advancement as an advance payment. Then just as the clown reached for the notebook, Klein brought him in the puppet's range, which paralyzed him, so Klein got the chance to shot him dead. But the clown reappeared behind him whispering Hornacius repeatedly. It gave heart attack, but thankfully those were his final words. Klein then resealed the puppet to free the others. And Leo was amazed and praised Klein because he is unique just like him. Klein paid him no mind and their job was complete. So the first thing they did was to put away that puppet. Smith then included Klein in his official report to have him join them as a full-time agent. Klein felt proud but questioned why the man with the notebook never fled from the city. Smith explained that artifacts, especially ancient artifact, often bend the minds of those they touch. Their Klein still struggled with what he had done. But Smith reassured him that killing one is also a way to save many others, and that earned his respect, so Klein revealed he had gained the Sequence 8 advancement secret. Afterward, Arrow prepared to leave, but before that he too praised Klein's skill to escape the puppet's control and even defeat a higher sequence beyonder. Klein remained humble, but those vision and whispers kept nagging him, so Klein decided he should consult with his history teacher, Azek. The art in the anime is just insanely stunning. And there Klein asked Azek about Hornacius and the nation of Evernight, which he is hearing in his mind, but Azek had no answers regarding either one of them, so as Klein turned to leave, Azek gave a grave warning, to never let curiosity pull him into the forbidden parts without caution. Klein took the advice to heart and stepped outside. Then, behind closed doors, Azek revealed his true nature and summoned a skeletal puppet from the shadows. And right there our episode 3 ends, so stay tuned to watch the next episode, and for that subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, take care.